Hello and welcome. I'm Pastor Gareth Forney, Grand River Community Church here in Leslie, Michigan, where it is our goal to help you take your next step with God. I'm reading today from Matthew 16, verses 13 and following. It said, Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, and he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" And they replied, "Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still other Jeremiah or one of the prophets." "But what about you?" he asked. "Who do you say I am?" Now Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." And Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not overcome it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." What I want to share with you today is, what is the church? Jesus said he would build the church, and we have to understand that the church is not man's invention. It is God's inheritance. Jesus came to build his church, and it tells us in Ephesians 4, he gave some to be apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers to help the church to grow. But we need to understand, what is the church? The church are people who believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, the Son of the living God, who gave his life for them and was raised again so that we could experience life and have fellowship with the living God. You see, the church is not the building that we are used to meeting in, and right now can't because of the shelter-in-place order. We can't meet in the building, but that doesn't mean that the church is out of business. No, the church is people who believe in Jesus Christ. And that's our message. That is our hope. That is what we need to be involved in and understand in these days. We may not be able to assemble in a building, but we can still come together as individuals, people, to do the business of the kingdom by sharing Jesus Christ. That is our message. We are the church. We as individuals gather together, whether it's on social media or in our homes, and share the gospel with others. And I encourage you to share with people who Jesus Christ is. And this time, make some phone calls, talk to others. Let people know who Jesus is and that they can have fellowship with him, pray together, worship together. You can, like I said, now on social media, we can do that on the phone. You can do it on Zoom applications where you have face-to-face. In my family, we do a lot of Marco Polo. So we keep up with each other, and we can encourage one another and know what's happening in life. And the other person doesn't have to be on the end of the line. You leave the video message and come back to it later. There's just so many ways today we can be the church instead of relying on a gathering in a building. You see, the building is nothing more than a place that houses the church. The building is not the church, it's the house that the church gathers in. So in these days, as you're out there, as you are in your place at home, or for most of you probably at home, take time to be the church by seeking God, developing your relationship, and sharing the gospel, and sharing with those in your family and influence area the love of God during this time. May God bless you and keep you, make his face to shine upon you, and fill your heart with peace in his name.